Oh, and if you think the transgender movement is bad, there is an entire organization called MAPS, which stands for Minor Attracted People. And I
Hmm?
actually think that once the transgender movement, God forbid it ever becomes normalized, that's what's coming next. I first heard about this during a women's conference I went to, and she was talking. I forget what she said about it, but I just remember hearing about it and being absolutely disgusted that the people that freaking founded this actually are trying to normalize minor attracted people, pedophilia. And then I looked into the organization like literally a couple weeks ago and found out that the founder of it is a registered sex offender. And then the other founder is a freaking social worker. These two people got together and they made this freaking MAPS organization trying to normalize pedophilia. Gagged. No words. I genuinely think this is what's going to come after the transgender movement, and don't say I didn't warn you, because I think the transgender movement is so effing insane. But you also have to think, if you think something is so insane, something even crazier is coming after that. What's crazier than transgenderism? Minor attracted people. Can't think of anything else that would top transgenderism.
Well, minor attracted people had always been around. We just called them PDFs, but now they have their own lingo and slang to call themselves. But nobody had a problem when Elvis was doing it, or Karl Malone. Neither of them got in trouble. Karl Malone's a Hall of Famer. Elvis is a legend. R. Kelly got locked up. He's in jail for it. But depending on if people like them or not in their public image, these MAPs, these minor attracted people, or pedophile PDFs, excuse me, are allowed to roam free, and there's no problem. All they have to do is register on the list. They get a slap on the wrist. Their whole channels, go watch Gideon's channels where he catches these people and they barely do any jail time. What Chris Hansen had a whole show on this, and most of those people didn't do any jail time. The U.S. don't care about protecting children, and if you go into other countries, minor attracted people is actually encouraged. It's encouraged for them to marry minors in to our standard here in America, 14, 16 years old. It's okay for that to happen in different continents, in different countries. And so it seems like that is now moving here into the U.S. And based off these nasty politicians, these nasty politicians refuse to release the Epstein files because they know their names is on that list. These nasty politicians are looking forward. They're salivating, foaming at the mouth to pass MAPS and make this more socially acceptable and start to change the laws for age of consent and age to marry. So if this movement with the LGBTQ, no matter how you feel, one of their main points is people are born this way. And I accept that. You say you are born this way, but that also does leave a path for these MAPS individuals to say that they are born this way. And so at what point do we start to draw the line and no longer allow people to justify their attraction with the argument, I was born this way? Because no matter what, we need to protect the children. But this ain't the only video going over this disgustingness. There's a deeper dive. Watch.
This is a message to all the parents, so please listen up, and also to all the minors that are on TikTok. Please, if you guys see the following flag on your profile, following you, commenting, whatever, right? Or if you see it on your children's profiles, block them. This is a flag for pedophiles who have now decided that they need to use a better term, a less harsher term to define them. And they now refer to themselves as MAPS, which is a minor attracted persons. So people attracted to children, pedophiles. So kindly, please protect your children. And if you see any of these flags on their profiles, block, report. Please. The internet has become a very filthy place, and it has now allowed these pedophiles to just...
Man, y'all parents ain't gonna do nothing. Look at how many children were victims due to that Roblox. In all the situations, there was grown adults showing up at kids' houses because the kids had given over their address to somebody on Roblox, showing photos of themselves to these adults on Roblox. These parents are in the know what their kids is doing. They giving 3-year-old iPads. A 3-year-old can't even read. They using talk to text. Play Bluey. Play Yo Gabba Gabba. Play Miss Rachel. They speaking it into the iPad. They can't even read. These parents have no clue what's going on. They don't know what a VPN is. They don't know what different servers are. They have no idea what is going on with their child's phone and technology. They don't know. They have no control over their TikTok. These parents aren't paying or using kids YouTube. They just show them the YouTube that they watching with all the junk and the drama that they watch. These parents do not care about these kids. Parents today are just glorified babysitters. They are just here to make sure the baby don't die. They feeding them garbage, showing them garbage, and then they complain when the teachers say your kid is stupid. Why you ain't teaching him then? Because these parents are not as involved as before. But look at this. MAP flag. Minor attracted persons, PDFs. Blue represents little boys. Pink represents little girls. Yellow represents attracted to both. White represents innocence. If you support this, you cannot say you care about children. This is crazy. They got their own code and language. And the people that created this organization is a registered offender and a social worker registered by the state. And they allowed to do this and haven't lost their license. I hope they lost their license when the state found this out, because the same social workers in the school is the same social workers that's creating organizations like this. Right. The same social workers that's at your therapy session as the same social workers that got all these flag colors in their bios for your children to see when they swiping up on their little TikToks and commenting. Them same social workers, y'all need to watch out. Pay attention to what y'all kids is doing. It's crazy out here. Watch out.
I use the term minor attracted person or MAP in the title and throughout the book for multiple reasons. First of all, because I think it's important to use terminology for groups that members of that group want others to use for them. And MAP advocacy groups like Before You Act have advocated for use of the term MAP. They've advocated for it primarily because it's less stigmatizing than...
Y'all are more worried about stigmatizing PDFs, criminals. Y'all are worried about coddling criminals, but don't care about the safety and the protection of children. This is madness. This is madness. This is some of the this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. That they had advocacy groups for these demons to prey on children, and this person, I don't know what this person identifies as or what they are, but I know for sure this person is a demon. I know a demon when I see it. And if I don't know a demon when I see it, I surely know a demon when I hear it. And it sounds it's less stigmatizing. And when I wrote the book about why these MAPS peoples, these PDFs, should not be stigmatized for their attraction, I know a demon when I hear one. And this is one right here. Alex, yep. There's no way you sat there and wrote a book about this disgust and somebody actually picked it up and published it. And you felt confident enough to come up on here and make this video. And not once did you ever, not you or anybody else that advocates for this ever said, what about the children? And so now, since there are groups for this and this MAPS is starting to grow, you need to be a lot more careful with who you allow around your kids, what you allow them to watch, what you allow them to consume, because there are groups and organizations that are here to prey on your kids. And like that first lady said, there's a chance that this will become legal and there will be no problem, no social stigma around it. This will become acceptable like many other things have become acceptable, whether right or wrong, but they were not accepted at one point. At one point, many things were legal that now are no longer illegal. I mean, a lot of things were illegal that are now legal. And so please be careful. Please be involved in your child's life, knowing exactly what is going on and what they are clicking on, watching, consuming. Please be a lot more careful sending them to these daycares, having your friends watching them, having your family watch them, bringing in other individuals into the dynamic of your family, because step parents cause a danger as well based off these stats for abuse due to step parents. So please be careful and put your children first before everything, because this thing right here, this demon, is going to advocate for the criminals that are going to victimize your child. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and comment down below on a scale of 1 to 100, how disgusting is this? And if you are a part of the MAPS organization, please leave. Just burn the whole application, burn everything. Just get away from me, please. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm out of here. Peace.